Hi. Well, today I'm going to talk about some forgotten movies. I like looking at those old ones sometimes, and I'm going to start with the most famous silent movie of all time that is worth watching because you won't believe this. This is a science fiction movie made 100 years ago, where the date of the movie is, guess what? 2025. So 100 years ago, a very important movie producer made a silent film. He was called Fritz Lang, and he made a movie of what life was going to be like in this year. And so you can see how far off uh, reality and future predictions can be. But nonetheless, it's a very exciting movie. And as you can see from the cover, this is what people are supposed to be wearing on their space explorations. So, if you want a kind of a thrill and you want to become a historic film buff, this film was made 100 years ago, and it's about life today as predicted 100 years ago, called Metropolis, produced by Fritz Lang, and you can get it on um, many. I think you can get it on YouTube, and then there's a film bank of old movies called International Archives. So you should be having no trouble finding it. And if you can't, just go to Google and say, where can I find and see for free the movie Metropolis? Okay, Metropolis, first one. You wouldn't give it 5 stars if you knew it was made today, but obviously, for a movie 100 years ago, it definitely deserves 5 stars. Okay, here's a 5 star old movie, but it's we'll get that today. It's a favorite of everybody. It starred the famous Judy Garland, and it had the lion who was always scared. Oh no, that was the scarecrow who was always scared. It had a timid lion. It had a little dog called Toto, and it had the Wizard of Oz, who they all were looking for. And I think you'd love that. Okay. Oh, here comes the next one. Very exciting. Catch 22. I'm going to spoil it for you. This is a spoiler. What is a catch 22? It's like you can't do something for some irrational reason. And here's what happened in the army. There was a guy, not gay, but he liked to dress up as a woman. And he was in the front line of the war. I think it was the Korean War. And people in his platoon, they liked him. They thought he was a little strange for always wanting to wear a dress in combat. But they said, why don't you try to get out of the army on a discharge that you're crazy? So he applies, and the usual bureaucratic answer is, well, if you're applying to get out of the army and because you're crazy, nobody nobody would wants to stay in the army. You have to be crazy to stay in the army. So you must be sane. That's called Catch 22. It was very funny. Okay, well, I'm not too good at telling jokes, but that was very funny to me. Catch 22, see it, 5 stars from old grandpa. Next, oh, here's another one. Animal Farm. It's a George Orwell's book made into a movie. I don't have a similar one, a similar movie, but if you want to see Brazil, that's also very good. So, Animal Farm and Brazil, two movies about dealing with a very oppressive state. Okay. Oh, my favorite detective movie, The Untouchables. Uh, isn't quite as good as The Godfather, but it's about this FBI agent who can't be bribed, and they go after Al Capone. And well, I shouldn't have to say more. This is a very great, great movie. starring Kevin Costner, Robert De Niro, and our good old James Bond character, Sean Connery. Okay, next. Oh, here's another sleeper made in 1949 by, this is a great movie about a guy who comes to uh, Europe right after World War II and figures out how to make money on smuggled drugs. So it's a great movie, and well, I think you'll like it. I give it 5 stars. It's a sleeper. A lot of people haven't seen it. Here's another one, famous one. Famous one. High Noon. It's about it all leads up to a gunfight. Very exciting. Maybe the best Western ever made. The best Western ever made. Uh, and I'll let it go at that. Okay? Next, I'm going to talk about The Shining. This is supposedly the biggest epic horror film ever made, and it's made by a guy who's made 2001 and Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick. And you know what? I don't like it at all. But it's a very famous movie about a guy who goes crazy and terrorizes everybody in a beautiful hotel in the middle of nowhere. So, if you like horror films and you want to get a little scared, have a look at Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I won't go any further. Okay, next. A guy who's only become famous lately is a Spanish producer called Almodovar. Almodovar. And all of his movies are very original and very entertaining. And he introduced a few new stars that that you probably will enjoy. I'll give this one a 5-star. It got Best Picture at the Cannes Film Festival, and I don't know. Yeah, I won Academy Award too. So it was Talk to Her. The plot is about a lady, a beautiful lady, who gets knocked out and is in a coma for many years. And while she's in a coma, she gets pregnant. Well, obviously, unless you believe in the Virgin Mary, most people don't get pregnant from divine sources. Well, anyway, it's kind of a thriller, a mystery, and a very satisfying movie. I give it 5 stars. And for my all-time 2 favorites, here we go. American in Paris, that I've already talked about, and the Gene Kelly famous movie called Singin' in the Rain, probably the most loved musical of all time. It was a Broadway play, and Gene Kelly is a guy who goes to Paris. He has a very leggy girlfriend called Sid Charisse, and it is a great story, and it's a great musical. Lots of great songs and dances. So they just don't make them like that anymore. And that's it. It's a Technicolor. Wow. It was one of my favorites at the time. There's another one like it called Gigi, but this is better. And that's it. That's my favorites for today. And I hope you liked my movie reviews. Be sure to comment. Comment, did I leave a movie out that you like? Were any of these stinkers? Were any of these seen by you for the first time and you like them? Hey, that would make me happy. Write about that. And, well, see, my wife, she isn't rattling those dishes anymore. Well, see you tomorrow.